I had a 33-year career in family practice, retired 8 years ago. And certainly during even my internship, which was before hospice, before when anyone's heart stopped back then, you called it code blue, no matter what. So over time, there's been some changes in how we address end of life.
The biggest area where we get a lot of questions is like Alzheimer's and diseases like that, where people can't, they may know in advance that they're in the early stages of Alzheimer's, or they have it's a family history, and they don't want to, they could specify, I would like to be able to take the medication when the Alzheimer's is at this point, and they could specify particular circumstances, but the law won't allow you to do that. You can't specify in advance. You have to have this terminal diagnosis and 6-month prognosis and be able to understand the decision you're making at that time and be able to ingest the medication yourself.
Some of the people who are prescribed get the medication at the end of life don't use that, but they do benefit from having a sense of control. And I think that's a pivotal issue, as Mitz kind of mentioned, who's in charge of control? Do we look to higher power saying that that's an ultimate control and we would never go against what we perceive as that? Is the individual an agent and have some say in that?
We are a religion, we are a people that celebrates life. And every single second that life presents itself in front, grants us the opportunity to appreciate and enjoy, is a moment with infinite wealth buried beneath it, no matter what it is. We look at others that way in a hospital bed so that we can look at ourselves that way.
The Christian belief sees suffering as redemptive, sees it as hope, and I love what you said, it's a momentary thing. If you could see the gold underneath the suffering, I think that's where we land on that. I'm not sure where that line is, because even as we're sitting here, I'm thinking, well, you're alleviating suffering by giving aspirin. You know what I mean? So you can go down that track as well.
And at that moment, the philosophical, how valuable is life, doesn't help me. It's what do they want me to do? And what does God want me to do? And how do I do it right and fair? And what if it conflicts with what the family's already decided?
In the healthcare world now, we use what's called a POLST form, P-O-L-S-T. It's physician's orders for life-sustaining treatment. And in that, you can designate, do I want to be resuscitated or not?
And thank God for morphine, because it can take away the pain. Of course, many times with morphine, then you're taking away some, perhaps, of the ability to relate. But in our mind, would always be in favor of offering the person freedom from excruciating pain.
My grandfather, who was a strong Christian, wanted to die. He was fine with it. He wasn't worried about it. But I kind of go back to the passage from Matthew 5, blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. And so God has a special place for those who want to die, and rather than it be something that would be punished for.
Whether it's a legal situation or hospice or whatever denomination you're coming from, these are decisions that need to be talked about as soon as you can.